Oh, what's going on, Knucklehead? Shecam Gaming here with another League of Legends Wild Rift video for you. Second time recording this. I actually said a Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed in the last one, and it's like, oh, this is not right. But today I want to talk about my main champ. Just unlocked her. Big guess, it's Leona, if you're looking at the screen. And let's look at some of these wins I've had with Leona. So I've been having a rough time in this game, because I've been getting on some really bad teams when I'm having like some really good games and losing. But I did go on a nice little win tear last night in particular, and I got a lot of games at support role with Leona. I think this last one where it's really not that good of a game, an 0-6-8, I actually got screwed by one of my teammates, and I ended up having to play Leona top, which sometimes does happen in this game. And I believe in this one over here, I had to play Teemo in the jungle, which is never a good thing either. So sometimes your team will screw you up. But look at some of these games with Leona. 2-7-19. That's a great game. You're looking at assists when you're talking about supports. 1-6-23. Also a great game. I've gotten some A and S ranked games with Leona too. 3-7-12. Not bad. 6-6-19. This was a really great game that I ended up losing because my team is garbage. Looking at some Teemo games. So Teemo's definitely a little tougher to win with than Leona. This is not a bad game. 0-1-3. I think we won that one pretty quick. And actually it wasn't ranked, and I think they surrendered really, really quickly. This was like a big losing streak I went on. We won't look at that one though. But I want to look at one of these matches, and I think I'm going to go with the one where I was 1-6-23 and look at it. And you might be saying, wow, like 6 deaths, that's a lot of deaths. But when you are playing a support, especially a frontline engager like Leona, you're going to die. Yeah, I want to watch the match replay. I'm already in a party. Oh no. Let's see. I gotta leave my party. There we go. Now I can watch my match replay. Right, so with Leona, listen, I've had some games where I never die with Leona because she's so tanky. And you'll see in this game, there is a lot of points where it's like, wow, I went in, engaged the fight, got in, got out, did what I had to do. But let's speed this up a little bit for you guys because we don't want to watch it at just regular speed. So starting the game, obviously, I'm in lane with Jinx. If my memory serves me, I think we actually laned really poorly. Like, we didn't do really well in lane at all. But Leona is really, really good all around. Actually, maybe we did. So, the cool thing about Leona and why I think she's one of the best supports, if you are in the right spot, you can destroy an enemy's ward basically right out the gates. You hit your basic, then you do your shield bash, and then you follow it up with another basic. You can get 3 attacks really, really quick off with Leona to destroy a ward in just enough time. So the enemy team is poking at me early on, close to our turret. I am actually fine with that. As the support, you want to be soaking up the damage, right? You don't want your ADC to be taking the damage. Realistically, I should have saved that heal for the ADC, but I didn't want to feed. I hook into their ADC, or their support, I'm sorry, stun them, exhaust them, I'm out of there, burn my flash, gave Jinx the opportunity to do some big things. That play didn't really pan out for us. It's kind of the downside to playing, especially bottom lane, duo lane, with somebody you're not linked up with comms. Like, if it was me and Fancy Matt down there, I'd have been like, I'm going in, engage right now. And he could have. Here, Darius, he just tries some stuff over here. But they did actually end up tower diving and killing my Jinx. So yeah, this was not the best start for us in lane. I think Jinx actually died a couple times in laning phase. But honestly, that is partially her own fault as well. I was going to retreat, but I stuck around a little while because I have to protect your ADC. So when you're playing a support, you really don't want kills because any kill you get is a kill that a carry doesn't get. Right, so my job, I want to get assists because I want to get kills for Jinx. So here I come in, Lee Sin's engaging, I hook into Darius, stun him, kill him. Leona gets her first kill of the game. I didn't really have a choice there. I was kind of in that by myself. I have to throw another stun over there on Vayne, so that my Lee Sin can get out of there. Now I'm one-on-one, basically in a real bad position against their support. Luckily, my shields hold out. I managed to get out of there. Lee Sin then goes in, and it looks like he actually grabs the kill on that, but Vayne does get him. So I set, oh no, Vayne did not get him. I set him up pretty nicely to get a second kill there. So I thought that was I thought I did a really good job on that as well. And now I am coming back from shop. Jinx is just kind of roaming around the jungle. We're waiting for Dragon to spawn, because that's when the big stuff is going to go down, is when Dragon hits. Let's go back to me. I'm kind of just going through the jungle here, throwing a ward up on Dragon. Warding is very, very important as a support, but it's really, since they gave everyone wards in the game, it's kind of, it used to be just the support's job, because you had to spend gold on wards. So carries, you don't really want them wasting money on gold. I ping to try to get Jinx out of there before Darius. I go in, I stun him to give her a chance as well. She wants it though. She wants this Darius. I don't really see why, because at this point, Jinx is, I mean, she's alright. She's got 1 kill. She's really just got 2 longswords, so she's really not strong compared to their Vayne, who at this point has a Vampiric Scepter. So they're definitely winning that. I did this engage on Darius, and Jinx, waiting for her to follow up. Again, the no comms kind of hurt. She does pop her heal to get me out of there, and you can just see the tankiness of Leona. Like, I engaged 3 of them and managed to get out of there, and obviously because my ADC had my back, but not much I could do there. I knew I was going to die, so I Zenith Blade the Vayne, dove to her, stunned her for a sec, let Jinx finish her off. I was so upset that Jinx did not get this kill, and it looks like, I think it was Lux, just barely got out of the ultimate. Great ultimate by that Jinx too, to really, pick her off there. She's just not strong enough at this point, and it's something I wish that I got her stronger early game, because that would have definitely been a kill that would have helped us out, to finish the game a little quicker. It was only like an under 20-minute match, so it was actually a relatively quick dub for us. So now we're just kind of chilling in lane. Jinx is going back, and I'm going to just kind of hang out here, defend my turret. My Jinx just picked up her Bloodthirster, so I know she's coming back doing some real damage finally, also having some lifesteal. So if we get into a fight or a team fight, I know Jinx is going to have some sustain as long as she doesn't get jumped on, especially in a 2v2. I can go in there and do a lot of crowd control stuff, but so Lux locks me down. I was going in for a Lux engage. Good thing I didn't engage though, because Jinx was not there with me. I do get in there this time, managed to get in, throw off a stun, but again, no follow-up from my Jinx. I'm not hating on her. It's just part of the game when you're playing without comms. I don't really know why they can't put something in the game where they open like a communication line between the units or between the players. So it definitely would have helped. I just got my Frozen Heart, my first item, which is a great defensive item. If I could bring up what it does on the screen. I don't think I can actually. It gives you defense, and it slows the attack speed of enemies when you get attacked. Really good against ADCs. So Jinx, she's basically saying, hey Vayne, I'll take your Rune Blade versus my Bloodthirster, and I will 1v1 you. Let's get back to Leona. So I actually went mid here to help out Akali. I spent all that time on Jinx. I got kind of caught up with it. And Vayne decides she's going to come mid as well. Akali, I knew I needed to cover her. She needed some help there. But I see Deanna coming down. And oh man, if I can hook into that Darius, there's Aurelia. Bam. Botched the ult there. Did not get a good ult. A good ult probably would have resulted in Deanna getting some kills there. But I did slow them down a little bit, and I managed to keep her alive. So she's going back. Akali is back. I'm kind of pretending like I'm going back to my lane, but I miss the Zenith Blade. But who cares? I'm still going in. I'm still stunning people. I'm still super tanky. I exhausted the Aurelia as well. She got stunned again. She's definitely going down. And I said, Akali does so much damage. I can tank this out for her, and she can do it. But I'm done at that point. She killed the Darius. I think she can 1v1 the Ari. And Deanna jumps in, helps her out. I'm still alive. Great plays by Leona. Like, you don't really realize how important support is until you see, like, that whole encounter, how much damage I soaked up for the carries, right? Leona made that play happen, right? Those 3 kills that just happened there between Akali and Deanna, I made those kills happen. Not to toot my own horn, because I'm not generally a horn tooter, but I really like, those were good plays. I'm coming, I'm seeing Lux, I'm hooking to her, and because I know the cavalry is on the way. So she runs away thinking they're coming from there, runs right into the jungle, stupidly, into the dark jungle that Lux did. And at this point, I am going to let Jinx push out and head mid to go help them out with Darius. Now, I could have stayed with Jinx, but I think she's got things handled down there. I want her to push the turret out, and I want to bam. Now, that is a good ultimate. If Akali can follow up, she's going to get a couple kills here. Bam, Lux throws her ultimate, killing me. But you know what? Lee Sin came in. Akali did die, which is really disappointing. And I don't know if Lee Sin got that kill. He does kill the Darius, but again, he's going down to this Ari. So that was more of a trade than anything else. I thought I made a really nice play, especially with the ultimate. Again, with comms, I could have been like, hey, I'm coming in. I'm coming in. Ultimate's coming. Ultimate's coming. It's very hard to comm in this game. You know, there's pings and stuff, and you can say things in the chat, but it's not the same as, you know, having a chat on Discord or something. So at this point, I'm starting to build into my second item. Got a little more armor going. I got a bunch of health. I'm a pretty tanky beast at this point. Now, I don't have a ton of magic resistance, so I'm still kind of weak to, like, the enemy Lux and the Ari. So I kind of avoid going in on the Ari, but if it's the Darius or the Vayne, I'm gonna really just jump in there. Even the Aurelia, I'm not afraid of at all. The Lux doesn't really have a lot of gold. She's support Lux, so I know she's not gonna mess me up. But the Ari does kind of worry me. Like, she's the only champion I'm a little bit concerned at this point. We do have a 15-9 lead. We just took down another turret, right? So all the first line turrets are down, right? And we still have 2 of our front line turrets up. I go in, I die Vayne, I get real greedy there. I don't know how Jinx misses that. I miss my ultimate. This is just a lot of misses from Jinx and I on this Vayne. Just letting her stick around. I dive her again, and I flash out. Hopefully Jinx gets the kill. She does, and I can get out of there again. I know Lux does ability damage. I don't have a lot of magic resist. I eat the ultimate anyway because Lux isn't that strong. There's definitely fights I can engage in, but I'm really looking to get out of there until I see I can get a little health. Here's the thing. If I'm Teemo or a carry, I'm out of there, right? But because I'm so tanky with Leona, and my job really is to stick around in fights and peel, right? There's the peel right there. Come in and stop them from killing my carry Jinx. That was more of a defensive ultimate, but now Lee Sin's coming in. I'm like, we should run, but gotta have my boy Lee Sin's back. Gotta go for these kills, especially Jinx just threw out her ultimate. I'm basically like, let's do this, Lee Sin. We're chasing them down, and they got away from us. I don't have the most movement speed. I didn't really get my boots yet. So I was about to go back again, and Darius decides he's going back in. So I'm coming around town, hoping Lee Sin can lure them into me. Bam, hook in, stun, Aurelia, stun. There's a Vayne's out there weak. I'm going to leave that one, hopefully. Jinx doesn't get the Vayne. This Jinx wasn't a bad player. But actually, I think she was pretty good. But she just wasn't a seasoned Jinx player. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like playing with a seasoned Jinx. Here is why I was afraid of the Ari. I was trying to teleport last so that obviously I want the tank should go last. Unfortunately, that leaves me out there, and stroke of luck for Ari, she gets there just in time to kill me. So that kind of messed me up a little bit. Let's check out what's going on over here. Akali's clearing out the jungle of wards, but again, that Ari comes in and jumps her. She does manage to escape that. Jinx is going to come in, throw a little poke at them, try to get them off of Dragon. right? Because dragon is just spawned. Lee Sin now comes from behind the dragon, dives in there. I'm about to revive, but it looks like I'm not going to be part of this dragon fight. So I'm a little upset about that because I do love me some dragon fights. And I don't like my team fighting without me, right? Like, because I know that they need me to tank and to peel and to crowd control for them. So what am I up to? I'm finally getting into the fray. We're pushing right up the gut. We're trying to get their inhibitor turret down. And we're definitely... I'm feeling like, 11 kill lead. We're in the home stretch. I have 10 assists at this point. But remember, I had 23 assists in this game. So we're already 13 minutes in with only about 6-7 minutes left. And I'm about to go in. Big time ultimate with a hook, with a stun on their Lux for no crowd control. And I am just in the middle of this battle. Looking to stun, right? Darius down. Double kill by Akali. 2 assists right there. But we are not done. We are pushing. Lux, what are you doing? I'm chasing her all the way back to her base. I don't care. I'll eat the turret shot to try to dive her. That was probably a really bad move if I did make that. So I'm glad I missed that. But honestly, right now, Leona just flexing, right? And Leona, so way back to when I used to play League of Legends on the desktop version, Leona was my main character, right? So I unlocked Teemo first because I really wanted the diversity to be able to play all lanes, which Teemo kind of does. Doesn't really do that well in jungle, but he could play pretty much any lane. But now that I got Leona, so I'll still like request top, and if I get top, I'll play Teemo. But I might just start just playing straight up support all the time. The problem is with support, now this was a bad engage for me because my whole team is not there. I run, Lee Sin's coming, he engages. I'm like, well, I guess we're doing this, and I guess I'm probably gonna go down. And so I do go down, but the crowd was controlled enough for the cavalry to get in, right? So I want you to think about that. Their whole team was on me. And I said, all right, well, I'm going to slow them down enough so I can go lure them into my teammates. And then when I lure them in, I went back into the battle. I couldn't just dip and leave them because they need me there. I went back in. I got a stun. I did some damage. Things were done. Nice job by Jinx over there. So again, like I said, this Jinx she's not a bad player by any means. I just didn't think, I think the lack of calm, she wasn't, we weren't on the same page in lane, which is very common with lack of calm. So that's kind of why I don't want to main support, although I do have a lot of good games with support because Leona is, she's an A-ranked, A-tier character. Jinx has taken down another turret. They chase her off, but the Winions are going to do that. We want the inhibitor turret. I'm going up the middle, and you know what? It's time to get back in the battle. I missed the Zenith, just missed the Zenith. That Lux is one of my most hated champions to play against with Leona in lane because her root, right? When she roots you in there, you can't Zenith out or anything. If I could, if I was stopped and frozen and I could Zenith and still do those, my abilities, that would be nice. But you're completely frozen when you're rooted. It's a pretty cool ability. So I see this stupid Darius coming in here with Vayne. I really want to get them. Bam! I dive. Oh, no, I don't dive in. Lee Sin dives in. I'm trying to dive in, but I just can't get on the other side of the turret yet. And now I'm right in there. My team did pretty good there, so that I kind of blundered up a little bit. I wish I had my flash was up or something. I do dive in, get another stun, set up another kill, what looks like for Akali. Oh, no, she doesn't get it that time. Oh, yes, she does. Another stun there on the Vayne. I want this Vayne. I stun her. Akali gets another kill. Now, I have fed this Akali pretty well. She's got 11 kills. I've got 20 assists, right? I've got my boots are upgraded to also give that, I think it's Ionian Shield, right? So we have a lot of things going for us in team fights right now. I don't remember if this team surrendered or not. But honestly, if I was them, I'd be pounding the surrender button, trying to get out of this game. Because, that's a big problem in this game. People just don't surrender. I had a really good game with Teemo the other day, too, where I was like, carrying hard with Teemo, but we ended up losing because Teemo. So if I have a really good game with Leona, my team's usually going to win, like 9 out of 10 times. If you have a good game with Leona, because of the type of championship, she's an engager. So to have a good game, your team needs to be good, right? So that's the downside to Leona. If your team isn't doing too well, really hard to come back because Leona's great at engaging team fights, but she's not good at avoiding them, right? So the best thing she could really do for your allied champions is die. Now I set up another double kill there for Jinx. Bam. Again, worth it. So you're seeing that my deaths with Leona are, aside from the one where Ahri picked me off, right? 5 of my 6 deaths were all relatively meaningful deaths, right? They weren't deaths that I went in, tried to make a play, and me and Jinx both got killed, right? If I'm dying, they did surrender. If I'm dying, it's to set up 1, 2 kills, getting my carries fed. I'm all right with dying as the support, particularly Leona, as long as my carries get the kill. I was surprised. This one I did not get. I get a lot of A ranks with Leona. This match I did not get A rank, but I did think it was a really, really good match. Well, that's pretty much all I got for you today, Knuckleheads. Please remember to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that little bell for some notifications, and as always, remember to knuckle up.
I'm telling you we got this far, 'cause the will of fire